Welcome to the training video on the Bendix King Handy Talkie P150 command radio. We understand it'll be much easier to train when you actually have the radio in your hand, but if you do have an incident tomorrow, we want to make sure that you're ready to go. So, here we go. These radios are extremely expensive. With all the accessories we have on them, they're over $3,500 each. We're going to be very careful with our resourcing on these and who we give them to, and make you sign in blood when you take them out. So let's be very careful with these. These are the best radios out there. They're a very high frequency, which gives all the channels and frequencies that we need. What we like about it, it has a command group, so we can actually program it to the frequencies that we want all in one group. It also has location tracking. We have a digital software for that, which works out well. And something new, we're also encrypted. So we're going to show you how to use all that. I realize it's difficult without holding the radio in your hand, but we wanted to kind of give you an idea of some of the features. The on-off button obviously is the switch. It's the most important. We also have the channel designation. Those are the two you're going to be using most frequently. The push talk button is in the same place. The two programmed buttons, these can be programmed to anything. They're really not programmed right now. You probably won't be using them for now. In the future, we're probably going to set them up for something, but we'll let you know. We will be using a hand microphone, and that'll be plugged into this side. And we're going to keep that microphone on at all times. Here's just another way of looking at the radio. All sorts of great things. What's nice is the display here really has a lot of information. We'll go over that to kind of show you what's there. Again, everything's pretty much in the same spot, but there's definitely some changes. Okay, these are all the icons that are in here, so let's take a look at them, see what they mean. So this is our channel 3. We're on North Valley Animal Disaster Group. This is our tactical frequency. So the P1 means it's a priority channel. That means that when we're setting up for scan, that if there's other channels that are scanning and somebody talks on this, that we'll hear the information on this. So we're not going to show you how to do that. It's very difficult to show in just the video, but we'll do that when we're hands-on. This little speaker here just means that the speaker is enabled. It's just the default mode. It should always be there. This here is repeater talk around enabled. I know that sounds kind of funny, but basically what it means is that it's a simplex frequency. A simplex or a direct frequency, it's not using a repeater. And since it's our tactical frequency does not use a repeater, so it's our simplex frequency. This H here is pretty easy. It stands for high power. So the radios are always programmed to be on high power. This check mark means that it's a scanned channel. You're going to be able to go through out of all the channels on the radio and decide which ones you want to scan when you enable scan. We'll show you how to do that in person. This is our radio plan. We have two repeater frequencies. Bloomer repeater. Notice the transmit and the receive frequencies are different. That's why it's a repeater. We actually have it in two locations. We have channel 1, which is the standard, then channel 4 is encrypted. So the Bloomer repeater you can find on channel 1, and if you want it encrypted, you can find it on channel 4. The Cohasset repeater is the same thing. The transmit and the receive frequencies are different. Channel 2 is your standard, and channel 5 is encrypted. Channel 3 and channel 6 is North Valley Animal Disaster Group Tactical. Now that's a direct or a simplex frequency. There's no repeater, so both frequencies are exactly the same for transmit and receive. So these are the 6 channels that we're going to be using most often. So the Cohasset repeater covers most of the north area. and Bloomer handles all the south area. I don't know if you remember during the campfire, JT set up a temporary repeater at Bloomer with batteries, went up there every couple of days and charged them up, and it really worked out well. Worked out well to our benefit. So we were able to get one up here with the help of the sheriff and Butte Column Reserve. We have it going now, so really kind of exciting. One of the features of this radio is that we can set all the frequencies into groups or zones. The radio can hold over 2,000 frequencies, so in order to find them, we have to put them in groups. 3 groups or zones are called Home, CAL FIRE, and NIFC. Now I'll tell you, we'll talk about NIFC in a minute. So Home is our main zone. This is the one we're going to be most of the time. The first 6 frequencies, like we just talked about, are North Valley Animal Disaster Group, Bloomer, Cohasset, and Tactical. Then the same exact frequencies in the same order, except they're encrypted. Then CalCord, then NASAR, which is National Search and Rescue. When we want to talk to Butte County Search and Rescue, this is the frequency that we will use. Local is what CAL FIRE uses to dispatch calls. Air to ground, that's what we like to listen to when we're out in the field, so we can find out whether they see any wind changing or anything. And the others are very common. The second group is CAL FIRE, and this is the same group that they carry, CAL FIRE firefighters carry in their rigs. They start off with the command frequencies and then the tactical frequencies. We have all of these programmed into our radio, so no matter which ones they use, we'll be able to communicate with them. NIFC might be something you've never heard before. It's the National Interagency Fire Center, but they're responsible for the National Interagency Coordination Center. So what they do is they have a list of frequencies that people can use from other agencies and other areas. That way they may not have our CAL FIRE local numbers or some of that sort of stuff, but they'll be able to talk on these command channels or these tactical frequencies. So we want to make sure we can talk to these people. So that's why we have this as well. I want to show you what our channels and frequencies actually look like. So for the next 6 slides, I want to show you what they actually look like on the radio. Ready? Here we go. So channel 1 is North Valley Animal Disaster Group Bloomer. Okay? Channel 2 is North Valley Animal Disaster Group Cohasset. So these are both repeated frequencies. Again, this is on a priority if it's going to be scanned. This is a scanned channel. It's on high power, and this is for the means that the speaker is enabled. Here we have channel 3, the North Valley Animal Disaster Group Tactical Channel. Now this here means that it is a direct channel, a simplex, that there is no repeater on our tacticals. Here, this is interesting because this has this here, the circle with the line drawn through it means that this is an encrypted channel. We have SEC, which stands for secured here. So it's just North Valley Animal Disaster Group Bloomer repeater, but it's secure. Again, the secured icon, and so secured. This is the Cohasset repeater, but it's encrypted. And again, the third one, encrypted here, so secured. This is if you want to talk on our tactical net, which is not a repeater frequency, on secured. Great. So we talked about zones and groups. How do you change around? Pretty simple. The radio will always show zone up here in the lower right. If you want to access them, click on the button just below it. It'll show the 3 zones, Home, CAL FIRE, and NIFC. Use these up and down arrows to select, and then hit the ENT, which stands for Enter. This is a great feature that was not included in our other radios. It's a collar lock. It's hard to show in this photograph, but this little button right here is pointing to the unlocked, or just the round circle. If you move it over to here, to this one here, with a circle with the cross in it, it means it would be locked. This is great. That would mean once you get everything set up the way you like it, put it on locked, and then if you accidentally hit a keypad while you're carrying or something, you won't lose that frequency. So this is something you really want to get in the habit of using. Scan. Once we set scan, we'll show you how to do that in person. But I want to show you the scan and the priority toggle switchers are backwards from the way we use them on our original radios. In order to enable scan or priority, you want to pull them towards the front of the radio. On our other radios, it was opposite. It's pretty easy because as soon as you pull them or enable them, it will show scan enabled or scan not enabled. It'll show that right away. The same with priority. Batteries are a little different on these. The battery packs still come completely out. The clamshells come completely out, but you don't necessarily have to take them all the way off to change the batteries. There's only 8 batteries. To make sure the radio is off, that's very, very important. Then if you can just slide this top cover down and you can replace the batteries without even taking the entire thing off. Works out pretty good. But the important thing again is make sure the radio is off before you do any of this. The speaker microphone, there's going to be one for each radio. They have to be on there at all times, even during storage. The radio uses this speaker microphone to assist with the GPS location services. So we have to keep this on at all time. Again, we want to keep the accessory microphone here. It'll keep this part clear. We want to keep that hand microphone on at all time. Care and maintenance, don't carry it by the antenna. If it's not going to be used for a while, remove the batteries. And cleaning, just very soft stuff, no chemicals or anything. I know that's quick and you'll feel a lot more comfortable when you actually hold one in your hand, but just want to give you a brief introduction. That's it. Good luck.